Shalom and good morning. We are in Isaiah 34 this week, roughly page 439 in the scriptures. We see judgments in Isaiah 34, and we see the redemption of Yah's people, the ransomed of Yah, in 35. And come near, you nations, and hear, and listen, you people. Let the earth hear, and all that is in it, the world and all its offspring. For the displeasure of Yahweh is against all the nations, and his wrath against all their divisions. He shall put them under the ban, that means destroy all of them. He shall give them over to the slaughter, and their slain be thrown out, and their stench rise from their corpses, and mountains shall be melted with their blood. So this is literally Revelation imagery here. This next verse, verse 4, harkens to Revelation 6, verse 14 that we were reading last week. And all the host of the heavens shall rot away, and the heavens shall be rolled up like a scroll, like John's vision in Revelation 6. And all their host fade like a leaf fading on the vine, and like the fading of a fig tree. Yah speaking, for my sword shall be drenched in the heavens. Look, it comes down on Edom and on the people of my curse for judgment. The sword of Yahweh shall be filled with blood. Edom being the descendants of Esau. Esau neglecting his birthright, wanting the power and the authority, but not the responsibility. Which is why Isaac ends up giving the blessing of the firstborn to Jacob, who becomes Israel, the 12 tribes of Israel, the tree of life to which Gentile believers are grafted into. So you don't want to be the nations, you don't want to be Edom, you don't want to be Esau. For my sword shall be drenched in the heavens. Look, it comes down on Edom, and on the people of my curse for judgment. The sword of Yahweh shall be filled with blood. It shall be made overflowing with fatness, and with the blood of lambs and goats, with the fat of the kidneys of rams. For Yahweh has a slaughtering in Bozrah, and a great slaughter in the land of Edom. And wild oxen shall come down with them, and young bulls with bulls. And their land shall be drenched with blood, and their dust made fat with fatness. For it is the day of the vengeance of Yahweh, the year of recompense for the cause of Zion. The day of vengeance of Yahweh, the day of the Lord. It's unfortunate, but I have heard constantly in the modern Christian church people saying, I can't wait for the coming of the glory of the Lord. That day is going to be a scary day. Every knee shall bow, every tongue shall confess. Even those of us who are sealed, who are washed in the blood of the Lamb, our knees will be bent, our tongues will be confessing. And its streams shall be turned into tar, and its dust into sulfur, and its land shall become burning tar, that is not quenched night or day, its smoke going up forever. From generation to generation it lies waste. No one passes through it forever and ever, so that the pelican and the porcupine possess it, and the owl and the raven dwell in it. And he, Yahweh, shall stretch out over its line of formlessness and stones of emptiness. Its caves, with no one in them, is called a reign, a kingdom, but all its rulers have vanished. And thorns shall come up in its palaces, nettles and brambles in its strongholds, and it shall be a home for jackals, a courtyard for ostriches. And the wild beasts of the desert shall also meet with the jackals, and the shaggy goat call to its companion. The night creature shall also settle there, and shall find for herself a place to rest. The arrow snake shall nest there, and lay eggs, and hatch, and gather them under her shadow. There too the vultures shall gather, each with its mate. Search the book of Yahweh, and read. Not one of these shall be missing, not one shall be without a mate. For he, Yahweh, has commanded my mouth, and his spirit shall gather them. And he shall cast the lot for them, and his hand shall divide it among them with a measuring line. They possess it forever. Esau, Edom, the nations, shall possess this inheritance forever. From generation to generation they dwell in it. Chapter 35. Let the wilderness and the dry place be glad for them, and let the desert rejoice and blossom as the rose. It blossoms much and rejoices, even with joy and singing. The esteem of Lebanon shall be given to it, the excellence of Carmel and Sharon. They shall see the esteem of Yahweh, the excellency of our Elohim. Strengthen the weak hands and make firm the weak knees. Say to those with an anxious heart, be strong, do not fear. See, your Elohim comes with vengeance, with the recompense of Elohim. He is coming to save you. Then the eyes of the blind shall be opened, and the ears of the deaf be opened. Yeshua. And the lame shall leap like a deer. Yeshua. And the tongue of the dumb sing, because the waters shall burst forth into the wilderness, and streams in the desert. And the parched ground shall become a pool, and the thirsty land springs of water. And the home for jackals where each lay, grass with reeds and rushes. And there shall be a highway and a way, and it shall be called the way of set apartness, holiness. I am the way and the truth and the life. No one comes to the Father but through me. The unclean does not pass over it, but it is for those who walk the way, and no fools wander on it. Quite an indictment there for those who claim the name of Mashiach, but don't do his things. Matthew 7:21 comes to mind. Master, Master, have we not prophesied in your name, and cast out demons in your name, and done many mighty works in your name? And truly, truly, I shall say unto them, depart from me, you who work lawlessness. I never knew you. And there shall be a highway and a way, and it shall be called the way of set apartness. The unclean does not pass over it, the highway, the way of set apartness, but it is for those who walk in the way. 1 Peter 2:21, for this you were called, that Messiah, having suffered for your sins, that you might walk in his steps. But it is for those who walk the way, and no fools wander on it. No lion is there, nor any ravenous beast go up on it. It is not found there, but the redeemed shall walk there. And the ransomed of Yahweh shall return and enter Zion, Jerusalem, Israel, with singing, with everlasting joy on their heads. They shall obtain joy and gladness, and sorrow and sighing shall flee away. Well, that's pretty cool, because that's prophecy, and the Father's word will not return to him void. Which means we can rest in the knowledge of knowing that there is a way, there is a Messiah, Mashiach, and we are to walk in his ways. Right back to where? To Zion, to Jerusalem. Why? Because the redeemed shall walk there. And who are the redeemed? The ransomed of Yahweh. Kind of reminds me of Revelation chapter 21. Also, obviously prophetic in nature. Revelation chapter 21. Well, we'll start at 21 verse 27. This being the new heaven and the new earth. And there shall by no means enter into it whatever is unclean, nor anyone doing any abomination and falsehood, but only those who are written in the Lamb's book of life. Then Revelation 22:12 through 14. This is Yeshua speaking. And see, I am coming speedily, and my reward is with me to give to each according to his work. I'm the Aleph and the Tav, the beginning and the end, the first and the last. Blessed are those doing his commands, doing Elohim's commands, so that the authority shall be theirs unto the tree of life, and to enter through the gates into the city, Zion. Bless y'all. Shabbat Shalom.